The reason why I am backing Sajid Premadasa and why I want people to back Sajid Premadasa is for one reason. And that one reason is he understands the problems of this country's regular hardworking people. And we have a plan to take the entire economy up, help every household to move up the ladder, to become self-reliant, to be able to realize their dreams. So which means that we have to have a foundation strong enough to build the economy on. So that one reason has actually two prongs. One prong is to ensure that we have a safe a nation where everybody is equal and everybody has the same responsibilities also. That Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslims, whether we follow Buddhism, Christianity, Catholicism, Islam or Hinduism, that we are all Sri Lankan people. So on that strong foundation, we want to build this economy. Look what happened to us over the last 26 odd years. We didn't have the leadership to guide this country forward. Our competitors, beat us by miles. Look at those countries today. Countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Korea, Hong Kong. These are the countries that were actually below us when we got independence. But they chose the right path. They said we must integrate with the developing world and we must expand our markets by connecting with the outside world. But what did we do? Yes, we made these wrong choices. Yes, Jayawardena tried to make that change, but unfortunately we got entangled in a 30-year bloody war. Now the war is over. Where are we now? We are still relying on what Mr. Premadasa started, the apparels. That's not good enough. We are stuck in producing simple products at low wages. We can't develop as a nation if we continue down that road. We need to start making complex products that pay high wages for our workers. We have to think outside the box and only not think but be able to implement. Me personally, I'm so proud of what I achieved in the last 4.5 years, and that is the pre-hospital care service, the 1990 suicide. It was not even a part of the vocabulary. But today, look, under all the pressure, with everybody saying that I will not be able to do it, people, throwing mud at me, I did it. I did it with the support of my leadership, the Prime Minister, the President, and 1,500 staff. Today, I am challenging anyone in this country to show me anything more efficient than what we created. It is like in Europe or any developed country. Anywhere in the country, anytime during the day or night, any medical emergency, a micro hospital will be there to save your life within a matter of 10 or 15 minutes. So that is just to give you an example of the team that is with Sajid Premadasa. Sajid Premadasa has a team like Jayawardena had a team in 77. So we are asking for your support so that we can do what is necessary. That is not to build walls around Sri Lanka, but to build bridges from Sri Lanka. That's how we are going to make it. So please consider us. Please consider Sajid Premadasa. Please consider the Samaga Jana Bala Vega. And we got to think about the post-coronavirus economy. It's going to change. It's not going to be the same types of jobs. It's not going to be the same types of production that's going to be the future. We are moving into the fourth industrial revolution. Technology-based production and services will lead the way, and there we have an advantage. So we need to put more money, more effort, more resources behind technology companies, whether it be remote meetings, whether it be autonomous transport. We have the knowledge, we have the capacity, we have the human resources to do it. And also don't forget, the next generation is going to be powered by graphene batteries, and the best graphite lies under this ground where we are standing. We have a huge advantage. So we need the skills and the technology to transform the graphite to graphene. And talking about SJB, yes, we have some challenges because we broke away from the main UNP, and we did it because we had no choice. Sajid was asked to create the SJB. He was asked to lead the SJB. He was asked to be the prime ministerial candidate. But at the last moment, the rug was pulled under our feet. we didn't do it by choice, but we did it because we had to. So I hope at some point in time, all the UN peers who are with us, and that is, I would presume, more than 95%, would be able to unite at some point and show, look, this is where we are going to go. So let's not worry about all of that. We have no malice against anybody. It's no criticism. It's just a policy matter that we need to resolve.